This episode did not disappoint whatsoever. What is going on, everybody? Ali here, and welcome to my review of My Hero Academia Episode 6, Rage, You Damn Nerd. And my gosh, Bakugo's face, Kacchan's face in this entire episode, fantastic and hilarious at the same time. At the beginning, it's like a quick recap of after Deku threw the softball. Right after it goes to Bakugo's face, it is like, he is like kind of sweating a little bit, confused. His face, he's like, what the hell's going on? What the fuck?
What the hell's going on?
Kudos to Bakugo's voice actor. It is like, he is like overexerting himself, honestly, with that voice, and it's amazing. For the rest of the physical test, Izuku was struggling with the pain in his finger, and he basically came in last place, even though that softball throw was like amazing. He thought he was going to be expelled because, as Aizawa said, like, last place they're going to be expelled, but Aizawa was like, I'm just kidding, nobody's getting expelled, and everybody's just like, what? Their reactions, honestly, were just like priceless. The animation made me laugh, and he said it was something to draw out their quirks limits, which actually like makes sense, because you'd want to go all out if you were going to be expelled. Bakugo, he's still bothered by what Deku just did, and Deku basically starts out, he's in last place. Recovery Girl heals Izuku, he goes to the nurse, gets healed, but like it draws out like his stamina, so he can't really stand. Even though he gets healed, he can't really stand because of the stamina, and if he keeps getting injured and stuff like that, she scares him, saying that like he'll die and stuff, and he's just like freaks out like, no! So Ida and Izuku are headed to the station, and who shows up? Uraraka. She shows up, and she says Deku, and he's like, and Deku's like, oh, that's just the name that Bakugo calls me to make fun of me, because I think it's useless, that's what the meaning is or something. And then she's like, oh, but Deku sounds like the Japanese word for you can do it. And then she says she really likes it and stuff. So then he's just like, it's Deku, my name's Deku. His animated face in that part was freaking golden, like with the solid lines around his face. It was so funny. I was just laughing. Around like the first episode, he looks like such a loner, but this episode, it's nice to see that he has friends now, which is really cool. I like it how, like, he's finally found, like, his place. The next day, boom! All Might comes in with the cape and all in their basic hero training class. Or the hero basic training class. Boom. His long-ass cape and everything looking badass. I love it when he enters the room and you hear his music coming, like, da-na-na-na-na-na. I love that part, and everybody's just getting all excited, like, oh my gosh, All Might's here, he's gonna teach us. All Might says that the next training that they're gonna do is combat training, and then you see Bakugo's face, you see Kacchan's face, freaking golden. It was so funny. And then you see Deku in the back, like, what? Combat training? So All Might gives them their hero costumes based on their quirk registration and the designs that they send into the school, so they can create their costumes. That's pretty awesome that they would do that stuff. Everybody's just looking beast with the music going on while they're walking out, just looking so cool. And then Bakugo's kind of like in the middle, because he's like the most badass looking one, I guess, with the grenades for his hands and stuff. That was sweet. And prior to them with their outfits, like 3 weeks prior to them getting into the school, they had to submit their quirk registrations, measurements, and their designs, their own personal designs for their actual outfits. So they send it to a company that has a contract with the school to make the costumes, which is called Clothing Allowance. Honestly, that guy, I think it was like the navel lazer kid, that guy is so freaking funny in this episode. He wants like a style for a man that can't stop sparkling. Like, what? And so you see Izuku getting all his like registration, his quirk registration, stuff like that for his clothing allowance, but his quirk registration is categorized as none. And All Might says that that's okay, because since it's not registered as anything, he can go back and to get an update of his quirk. He's talking to All Might, and then his mom comes through the front door. I don't know if they actually coordinated this episode with Mother's Day, because today's Mother's Day, but I really like this sequence of her and him, because she comes in and shows him like, hey, I got a jumpsuit for you. She also says that like, I'm sorry for even saying what I said to you. It must have really hurt you. Like when he was young, she said, I'm sorry, Izuku. And she said like, I basically gave up on you, but you didn't give up on yourself, did you? And it was like really touching. I was kind of choked up a little bit about what was going on. And then she says that, I know it's not much right now. From now on, I will openly support him with everything she has from now on. And it was just like, that's so awesome. And then he looks at the outfit and he says that like, this is my mother's feelings that she put into this jumpsuit. And he's like, how can I not wear this? What else would I be able to wear? It was like a really cool Mother's Day thing. I thought that was like really cool to do. So he comes out of the tunnel and Uraraka sees him, and he sees her, talks about her. She's saying that his outfit looks really cool, and she's saying, I got like a skin tight bodysuit because I didn't send in any like measurements or like specific designs or whatever. And then she's saying that she's embarrassed and stuff. It was a really cute thing. And Izuku, he knows he liked it. Ooh, he liked that shit. Oh yeah. The funny part about all this is that All Might looks at Izuku's outfit and it looks obviously like All Might, and he starts cracking up, and then I start laughing a little bit too. There was a lot of good comedy in this episode. And he said that a society filled with heroes, truly intelligent villains hide in the shadows. All Might says this is a 2-on-2 battle, heroes versus villains, 2 villains, 2 heroes, to simulate like a real like battle. Everybody's asking questions and stuff. Questions to All Might, and then all we see in that navel laser guy, you see him, he's like, isn't this cape crazy? That was so funny, because he's like oblivious to every single thing. Isn't my cape crazy? All Might basically gives a rundown of the training. He says it's 2 villains, 2 heroes. Villains hide nuclear weapons in the hideout. Heroes have to find it. Heroes either catch villains or get the nuclear weapon. Villains protect the weapon the whole time or catch the heroes. And the teams are drawn by the drawing lots, you know, like, I guess, not raffle, but, like, you know what I'm talking about. And Deku gets pulled with Uraraka. This must be fate. And Bakugo with Ida. And, yeah. It's definitely fate that he keeps going around Uraraka. There's love in the air. They are straight up my pairing. And so it turns out Izuku's team is picked as the heroes, and Bakugo's team is picked as the villains. A little twist of fate, you know? You see Bakugo turn his face to Izuku. Bakugo's ready to go, but also Izuku. And I love this, how Izuku, he's basically growing up, and he's like, you know what, I'm standing up for myself and stuff, and I don't care, Kachan, if you're like trying to intimidate me, it ain't gonna happen. I really like that. It gets me like really excited. And that determination on Izuku's face just pisses Bakugo off so much. Izuku and Uraraka, Deku and Uraraka, they're preparing to go into the building, and he is nervous, completely nervous. He looks completely nervous and everything. He says that Kachan is just amazing. His quirk is amazing, his confidence, his physical strength and everything. And then he's like, but that's also a reason why I don't want to lose. And like, the music, like, and shows like his face being so determined now looks just awesome. Uraraka's saying, oh, this is like a fated battle between men and stuff, and he's like, and then Deku's just like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't want to, you don't need it, it's not really your problem. And then she's like, yes it is, because I'm your partner and everything. And gosh, I really love her attitude, being so chipper and smiling about everything. I really like her attitude, love her character. She's probably like my favorite character. So the drill training starts, and they infiltrate the building through the window and everything, and Izuku's thinking like, one for all, he can't use it against somebody or they'll actually die because he can't control it, and that completely makes sense and stuff. So he has to use his intelligence from his notebook that he wrote down with all like the heroes and stuff, strategies. He has to use his brain for this, and I really like that. Then boom, out of nowhere, Bakugo comes from the corner, attacks Deku, and Deku kind of dodges, but half of his mask is like torn or ripped or whatever, and he grabs onto Uraraka and like saves her and helps her dodge or whatever. And It's just like that sequence is like a lot of fun to watch. You see Bakugo looking badass, animated and everything. He attacks Deku. Deku basically does like a counterattack, martial arts counterattack, flips him on the floor. Animation was fantastic. Everybody's getting excited in the monitor room to watch the fight and everything. Everybody's just getting excited. The animation of him throwing Bakugo, of Deku throwing him, was like really phenomenal. I really liked that whole sequence. Bakugo's wondering, like, how did he know my moves and stuff, and honestly, Deku has been around him for so long, he's also been putting him in his hero notebook, because he does think his quirk and everything, him, personally, is, like, amazing and stuff, so, obviously, he wrote that stuff in his notebook, and he obviously knows how to counter everything and stuff, because he wrote down so many notes. I think the coolest part of this episode, Izuku stands up and says, Deku, the word Deku isn't always gonna mean useless. My Deku now means you can do it. And the scene, it jumps to Uraraka, and then she's having like a flashback in her head about her saying that to him. And now like he likes it because she said that she likes it, so that was really cool. It's funny, Bakugo keeps getting angry because he sees Deku being scared, but Deku keeps getting up, and that's what he hates about Deku so much, and I'm really excited about next week's episode. So, honestly, 9.5 out of 10. I would have liked a little more battling, but that's alright, because we're going to get a lot of it next week. Fantastic episode. You can just feel the love in the air between Izuku and Uraraka. It was fantastic. I love the quick, I don't know, maybe I'm the only one who felt like, because it was Mother's Day, it had like a nice little mother moment with him, and I really like that part. That was one of my favorite parts too. So, and that's how it ends. The next episode, we're gonna get a kick-ass fight with Bakugo and Ida and Uraraka and Izuku, all of them together in the building fighting. That's gonna be really exciting. I'm excited for that. So that's how the episode ends. I really loved it. 9.5 out of 10. So yeah, like the video if you did, or like the video if you liked the episode. And comment down below on what you thought about the episode. You excited for next episode, and subscribe to my channel for more reviews, vlogs, live reactions, unboxings, theory discussions, things like that. So gentlemen, stay classy, ladies, stay sassy, but most importantly, everybody, you gotta stay nasty, alright? So peace and love, and I will see you all later.